Chapter 1, 1171, may have finally revealed what Shamrock said to the Gorosei. And man, this revelation changes everything we thought we knew about that mysterious scene from the Reverie arc. So, let's pull this thread. Come with me right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And before we dive into today's content, I ask you to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything happening in the One Piece universe. Without further, let's get into it. The Reverie arc in One Piece had a scene that sparked a lot of debate. A lot of debate. That was when we learned that the empty throne was not actually empty, when we were introduced to Imusama for the first time. And one scene that drew massive attention was that of a red-haired man who looked extremely similar to Shanks. This mysterious man went to speak with the Gorosei, and he said he wanted to talk about a certain pirate. That single line alone caused a gigantic uproar within the community. Of course, that scene led to endless debates. Who exactly was that captain he mentioned? What was Shanks doing there in such a secret and dangerous place? How did he enter Mary Gyoi's without being attacked? Why did the Gorosei receive him so calmly? So many questions. So many. And for years, we had no concrete answers. But as time passed, some of these questions began to get answers, or at least something very close to that. Today, it's almost unanimous within the fandom that the red-haired man there probably wasn't Shanks, but rather his twin brother, Shamrock. Okay, that part is almost unanimous, but the content of that conversation still sparks heated debates. Who was this so-called pirate captain that was mentioned? Was it Luffy? Was it Blackbeard? Was it some other captain we still don't fully know? Some people even speculated it was Buggy, especially after he became a Yonko. However, with Chapter 1, 1171, I believe we can finally put the pieces of this puzzle together and reach a very interesting conclusion. I'll start by revealing who I believe that pirate captain was. It was Loki. Wait, Loki. Hold on. Let me explain my reasoning here, because it makes total sense once you analyze the recent moves made by the world government. First, let's talk about the timeline from the Reverie to Elbaf. Within One Piece's chronology, about 1 month has passed. Let me break it down. Reverie arc, 7 days. The World Conference lasted exactly 1 full week, packed with chaotic events. Wano arc, approximately 21 days. From the start of Wano to the Fire Festival and the Onigashima raid, there were 14 intense days. Post-war recovery took another 7 days, with everyone healing and reorganizing. Journey to Egghead between 2 to 3 days, sailing time after leaving Wano, following the log pose. Egghead incident, approximately 1 to 2 days. The events on the Island of the Future were incredibly fast, less than 48 hours of pure adrenaline. Journey to Elbaf, about 2 days. The crew left Egghead and arrived almost immediately in giant territory, thanks to that incident involving the ship. So we're talking about very recent and tightly connected events. Now, with the flashback finally concluded, we learned something crucial. Imu did not know what had happened in Elbaf regarding Harold's death. Who had defeated his most powerful pawn? Who defeated him? How could he have fallen? How was such a powerful giant, practically invincible, eliminated? I'm absolutely certain this deeply intrigued Aimu, and it must have lingered in his mind all this time. Who was this being so powerful? That's likely why Imu never attempted to dominate Elbaf again. He knew there was something there, some power or secret that made that island far too special and dangerous to attack directly. And this is where Shamrock and his intelligence on Elbaf come in. Shamrock, using the world government's vast information network, must have discovered that Loki was the one who killed Harold in the past. But more importantly, he discovered that currently, Loki had been captured and was imprisoned in Elbaf. And there's another extremely important detail many people forget. Loki was, for 8 full years, the captain of a pirate ship. He's not just any giant. He has experience in battle, navigation, and leadership. He is literally a pirate captain, exactly as Shamrock mentioned. With this incredibly valuable information in hand, and especially after Vegapunk revealed to the entire world that the planet is going to sink and that a great war is coming, Aimu realized he urgently needed the military power of the giants. and think about it. Now that he knew Loki was imprisoned, everything changed. He didn't need to face the entire nation of Elbaf. He could simply carry out a surgical mission to recruit or neutralize Loki. That's why Imu sent his holy knights there with two very clear objectives. First objective, attempt to bring Loki over to the side of the holy knights. This would be a military asset even greater than what he had with Harald. Imagine a giant of that caliber wielding a legendary devil fruit fighting alongside the world government. Absolutely devastating. Second objective, test Loki's strength. See what he could truly do, what his real power level was, and whether he was as dangerous as the legends claimed. That's exactly why we saw Gunko and Shamrock strike him in that recent chapter. They were testing him, pushing him to see how far his power went, whether he was truly a threat or if he had been overestimated. And there's a crucial detail we recently learned. Now that we know the death of a holy knight causes direct damage to Imu-sama, he needed absolute certainty that no one there could defeat his knights. He couldn't losing even one of them without fully understanding the opponent's power. So summarizing this entire complex theory, what most likely happened was: Step 1. Shamrock discovers that the one who killed Harald or his ancestor was a member of Elbaf's royal family, Loki. He possessed the power of Elbaf's treasure, but he was imprisoned. Step 2. Shamrock goes directly to the Gorosei to inform them that Loki, a pirate captain with royal blood and legendary power, was the one who accomplished the impossible feat of defeating Harald. Step 3. Vegapunk broadcasts his global transmission, revealing the planet's dark future and forcing every faction to move. Step 4. Imu. Knowing the final war is approaching rapidly and that he needs every ounce of military power available, decides to send his precious holy knights to recruit or neutralize Loki once and for all. And it makes total sense when you really think about it. The timing is perfect, the motivations are clear, and it explains exactly why the Holy Knights went to Elbaf at this specific moment in the story. So what about you guys? Do you believe this could be the real sequence of events? Do you agree that Shamrock was specifically talking about Loki in that mysterious meeting with the Gorosei? Leave your theories and opinions in the comments. I love reading every single one and seeing what you think about these crazy connections Oda keeps leaving along the way. If you enjoyed the video and this theory, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about One Piece. I'll see you in the next video with more theories and analyses. Until next time, thanks everyone.